It's not about spiting the other person. It's not about making them jealous. It's not about teaching them a lesson or punishing them. No contact protects you. That's what no contact is about. I know it seems drastic. I know it seems somewhat extreme. You know, why do you have to cut this person out? Like, that's what she's, well, okay, let me back up. So a young lady, she had watched a video I did recently where I was talking about how 40 plus year olds need to have a completely different dating strategy. Being that those of y'all who are over 40, you just have less time to waste. You have more life experience. You're on a different level of maturity. Therefore, the kind of man that would be equally yoked with you, he's also got to be a certain level of maturity. And I did a free quick video. If you want to check it out, it's down in the comments, also in the caption. But, you know, she emailed me and was kind of upset, I guess. I don't know, maybe I triggered her, but she was like, why are you talking about no contact? Why are you talking about cutting them completely off? You trying to encourage women to take revenge and do this and spite men. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No contact isn't about spiting or getting vengeance or anything like that. It's about healing and protecting you. And when I responded to that, she responded to me again and was like, well, what if they weren't such a bad person? What if he's a good guy? And I'm gonna check some of y'all real quick. I'm gonna step on some toes too. Some of y'all that are empaths, some of y'all that are really good people genuinely, some of y'all that are even just looking to forgive. You may start to focus on how you see a person being good and ignore the impact that they had in your life. Wasn't nothing good about them nights they had you crying and staying up alone and wondering where they was at and hitting their phone up and they wasn't responding. Wasn't nothing good about that. Wasn't nothing good about them bringing the crazy up out of you instead of creating safety for you so you could fully love and be loved. Wasn't nothing good about that. So even if you see that they're good in certain aspects or you see certain good qualities, first off, of course, that's why you even got with them. Very few people are just horrible, top to bottom, outright. You can always find something good, which is great, but recognize what impact they had in your life. And when a person has had a destructive, damaging impact in your life, the only thing that's gonna truly protect you from that point forward is no contact. Why? Because no contact is you taking back the access that gave them power. That was their power to hurt you in the beginning. The contact, the access. You taking that contact is you taking back the power. And there's 5 ways that no contact truly protects you. For those of y'all who are still like, I'm kind of on the fence. I can text him. We could be cool. We could be friends. If this person damaged you, why would you want to be a friend anyway? But first off, no contact protects you by detoxing your spirit. When you're with a person that got a jacked up spirit, they fighting all kind of demons, and they projecting them on everybody around them, you take on those demons. You take on those battles. You get around a person and they confused and double-minded about everything, you start getting confused. You get around the person who's angry about everything, and maybe you take on the anger, or maybe you take on feeling like you gotta be so small in order to keep the peace. You get around a person that eyes go everywhere, attention goes everywhere, you start feeling like you're unworthy of a person's undivided attention. So whenever you want to leave a person, you can't just leave them, you have to leave the damage that they caused you. You have to leave all of that. You have to leave the bad impact. You have to leave the things the thoughts that they started to introduce you to, just so you could tolerate them. When you leave a person, you can't just leave them. You got to leave them and every single thing that they brought into your life that made you lesser and feel like what they were bringing was probably somewhat palatable, tolerable. And the process of no contact evokes the process of now detoxing your spirit so you can come back to full health. Instead of getting just a smaller dosage of the poison, just stop taking the poison. Another way that no contact protects you is that it teaches your nervous system you can live without this person. And this doesn't mean that you idolize them whenever y'all were together. Doesn't mean that you worship the ground that they walked on. But whenever you are in love with a person or just building a life with a person, those good morning messages, whatever way that they were a part of your everyday life, it becomes something you get attached to. So whenever you leave that person, a lot of times y'all don't miss the person, y'all miss the familiarity. Y'all miss the space that they took up in your life. You're so used to going to a restaurant or coming home to this person or hearing from this person at some point. Even if what you were hearing from them was destructive, you still can get used to it. And whenever it's time to leave them, you feel all messed up because your familiar is gone. Your home is gone. It was a normality for you. This is why people will stay in an abusive relationship or whatever, because it's like that whole thing the old folks used to say. The devil I know is better than the one I don't know, or some stuff like that. Some of y'all may have heard it from the South, especially. You got some old folks around you. But people, we as naturally as humans, we get addicted to the familiar. So it's really tough to change just the habit of having that person in your life, even if they were no good for your life. But when you go no contact, you start to realize life can exist outside of them. Put I down in the chat if you've ever been in a situation where you thought you could not live without a person, and then they got up out your life and it was a hell for a while, but then heaven just released. One day you woke up and you wasn't thinking about them no more. One day you woke up and you fully not just accepted, but you embraced that life is actually better without them. Put I down in the chat if you ever got a person, you thought, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I can't live without this person. Da, 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 da. And then like a month, maybe 2 months later, maybe 3 to 6 months later, one day it just was like, this weight is not on my shoulder. If this person, I'm okay. I'm more than okay. I'm better now. That's what no contact allows you to get to. You can never get to that if you keeping a small little trickle of them being in your life. No contact. No contact also protects you because it physically safeguards you. Trigger warning. Now, y'all may not have been in an abusive relationship before, but you never know what heights a person can take it if they feel like they risk losing you again. Say they lost you and they were so upset or whatever. This person may have never done anything like that. And I know it sounds extreme to some of y'all, but it ain't extreme if you ever been through it. So you have some people that the second time they get a chance to have just a little bit of contact with you and you think you're gonna take that away from them, they'll take it to a whole nother level. Now, I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. Not only that, if the contact that you guys are having opens up doors to, say, sexual activity, this person is now doing whatever they want to do out there. They probably was doing whatever they wanted to do anyway, but now they definitely doing whatever they want to do out there, and then bringing it back to you. No contact protects you from that. There's no second thought of you catching an STD, having a baby by this person, or being harmed by this person because they can't control themselves, being that they were more in love with being in control than they were in love with you as a woman. Another thing that no contact does is it keeps you from getting in the middle of their mess with new people. So whatever they did to you, more than likely they're gonna do to the next person. And then when they get with the next person, if y'all are still in contact, you never know how people using your name behind closed doors. You never know the one-sided story, lies, because you ain't there to check them. So people will use your name in their new situation as a scapegoat to blame you. Look at the call log, see that you done called them back, text them back, they done deleted certain stuff, make it look like you just blowing them up. And whenever you go no contact, you ain't got to worry about that. Nobody coming to you thinking that, oh, this person done just trying to get back with my man. You trying to keep him away from the babies. You trying to do this, that, and the other. When you go no contact, it keep you out of a lot of that because you can always say, I ain't heard from this person. I ain't reached out to this person. If you go no contact. And then lastly, and there's an asterisk by this one, but it still matters. No contact protects your reputation. Now, there are situations where you cannot control what people are saying, and I advise everybody to adopt the same mentality I got. Protect your peace way before you protect how other people perceive you. Let people think whatever, but protect your peace, right? But then you also don't want to be foolish and unnecessarily wreck your reputation, close doors of opportunity because you're staying in contact with somebody that's no good for you. Now they going on wrecking other people's lives and you still attached to them. You still buddy with them. You still hanging out with them. Unless y'all got kids, if this person caused nothing but a destructive impact on your life, there's no reason why you should be in contact with them. And if you're having trouble releasing that person, I promise you it's going to be a direct correlation to the trouble you have receiving the person that's actually for you. I promise you. Because one thing a man who is truly for you is going to look for is for that clear runway for him to come in, land in your life, and bring you value. He's going to look for that clear runway. And if he comes into your life and you still got strings attached that are unnecessary because y'all still friends, oh, it wasn't that bad, oh, it's okay to check on him every now and then, he just checking on you every now and then, yeah, he just sends you something every now and then, that man is going to say, oh, this ain't safe. The man that's for you is going to say, this ain't safe. there's still some resistance to fully walking away from that situation. That man still has access. And even for you to now break that access for however long it's been continuing on, that man probably will start to rebel against that. And now the new man that wants to love you fully has to fight that battle. Be very careful not to come into agreement with your biggest blessing blocker while asking God to continue blessing you. And some of y'all, you got a little bit more time to go through these little ups and downs, these trial and error situations. But some of y'all, if you over the age of 40, even the age of 35, you ain't got time to be wasting with people like this. You ain't got time to be taking these routes where you self-sabotaging what should be able to come into your life and change your life for the better. This is why I talked about there's a completely different approach. Those of y'all who are over the age of 40 especially have to take whenever you're going out here and you're evaluating men. So you don't even end up in this situation where you have to go no contact and this, that, and the other. Now I broke that down in a free quick video. That's down in my comments, also in the caption whenever you back out. Completely different approach y'all have to take. Now, if you're under the age of 35, you may have a little bit more grace you can give and stuff like that, but I still encourage you to save your time and save your heart from people who don't deserve it on every level. If they try to destroy you as a relationship partner, what makes you think they're gonna be a knight in white shining armor as an acquaintance? It's just a friend. It's okay. No, that's you enabling your weakness to stand for what you deserve. So you'll just come and get a lower dose, a more tolerable dose of what was destroying you. No contact is the only way to protect you. And sometimes it's the only way to protect you from you. But those are just my thoughts. I'm your internet brother, trying to look out for you per usual. And look, if you got something to value from this, I don't need your money, but what I do want you to do is pay it forward by hitting that share button. Down there in the little corner, hit that share button if you got something from this so that somebody on your timeline can also get blessed the same way that you did. And especially if you're over the age of 40 and you want my best free dating advice, for those who are over the age of 40, really over the age of 35. But if you're more mature, you've been working on yourself these last 2 decades of being an adult, and you want the best free dating advice, click the link that you see down in the comments, also in the caption, whenever you back out, before that video comes down. It'll bless you. Holla at your lady, y'all be good. Peace.